Hey friends, so I wanted to talk to you today about asking better questions. And the reason that I want to talk to you about that is because the quality of your question is going to determine the quality of your answer, and that is going to determine to some extent the quality of your result. So this is something that was really driven home to me by one of my old mentors, Taylor Welch. And I would be at events with him or maybe on Facebook Lives, and people would be asking these rambling questions, and he wouldn't even answer. He'd just be like, you need to state your question more succinctly. Like, ask a better question. So it's something that got me thinking. And one thing that will always serve you well in business is when you're looking up to role models and you're looking at people who are where you want to be, don't focus so much on what is it that they're doing, but how do they think? And so this was something, about how Taylor thinks that I really took to heart. So I want to give you a couple of examples of, questions that people ask a lot, and maybe how you could frame that as a better question that might get you a better answer and a better result. So the first example is around hiring. A lot of times I will see people post in groups and they'll say, hey, does anybody have a good VA, or does anybody know where I can find a good VA or a good ads person or whatever it is? And then that post will be inundated with comments, people will be tagged, people will respond, and you may or may not, probably not, get the best person for the job out of that process. So a question that you might ask instead is, how do I know who my next hire should be? Like, what is the next best hire for you to make based on where you're at in your business? And then the follow-up question to that might be, how do I create a hiring process that is most likely to get me the best person for this role, right? Those are bigger questions, and it's going to take you a lot more digging to really get good answers to those questions. But think about how much better a result you're probably going to get if you take the time to do that digging and create that hiring process. And I am not the expert on hiring. That's why I have a coach, right? But I have seen that when you take shortcuts to that process, it does not work out. So that's one example. And then the second example is from one of my partners, still in my business, GoWP. And they are a company that helps maintain and keep your WordPress website secure. And back when I was doing WordPress maintenance for people, they were my white label team that would help me actually do that work and carry out that work. And so they have a lot of clients, and usually what happens is people will come to them and they'll say, hey, can you install such and such plugin on my WordPress site? Right? Well, this is a team that has, at the time that I was working closely with them, throughout their team, they have like 30 years combined experience in WordPress and kind of seeing everything under the sun and every kind of site configuration and every kind of problem. And so when you go to a team with that kind of depth and you say like, hey, can you install this plugin? Okay, yeah, they're going to be able to do that for you. But if you want to really take advantage of the experience that's available in that partner, you could go to them and you could say, hey, I'm trying to accomplish this. I'm trying to sell events online. I want to be able to people to register events online. What have you seen that is the best solution for that given these parameters, right? That would be an amazing question to ask that really takes advantage of the experience that's available to you as part of a service that you're already paying for. So those are just two examples of asking better questions, and hopefully this is something you take with you into your next business decision, into your next interactions, into your next mastermind, what have you. When you're about to pop off a question, just to take a moment and really formulate, what am I trying to accomplish with this question, and how could I ask a better question? So I hope that's helpful to you, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget to, if you think of that one person who needs to see this, who could really benefit from this information, please just do me a favor and take the link that you're watching this at and just share it with that person. It would really help me get the word out, and I really appreciate it. All right, thanks so much. I will see you next time.